It's Dale D'Antoni here. Welcome to the Sofa Sessions. D'Antoni, Wines.
Welcome back to the Sofa Sessions podcast. This week we have on Craig Smith. He's the owner of, or co-owner, I guess you could say, co-operator. He's the secretary. He handles the customer support relations, marketer, social media manager. What else does he do? Website design. I mean, really anything you can think of with a business, he does it all. And it's, not because they're so small. He's just so dedicated of this. He's so dedicated, and just talking to him about it, it just made me want to be dedicated. Anything in life is possible as long as you set your goals, as long as you stay dedicated, and as long as you stay consistent. Thank you guys for listening to this week's episode. I appreciate all the support that we continue to get, and we'll see you in the next one. I actually interned for David.
Did you?
Yeah, for like 2 to 3 months.
Right on.
So yeah,
because he does something marketing, right? Or he has like his own production, Get Up Productions. Is that him?
Yeah, it's like a media based productions group. But yeah, that was fun to do. Yeah. So how did you meet up with like David and them? How did you meet them?
We connected through, I think it was Instagram.
Oh, okay.
They were doing Augusta Rocks at the Savannah River Brewery.
Yeah.
And so we ended up being one of the table sponsors.
Oh, okay.
So that's how we initially got connected.
Oh, okay. And then I always forget the other dude's name because I never
Chris.
worked with. Yeah, Chris. For some reason, I always want to think Sean, but
He could be a Sean.
David and Chris. Yeah. Huh. So yeah, how was that experience? Was it fun or awkward at all, or how?
You talking about their podcast?
Yeah.
It was cool. They fixed a Moscow Mule.
Oh yeah,
and then we just rolled into it, man.
Dang.
Yeah,
that's what's up.
I know.
That's what's up.
We met, and I guess they have 2 studios that they kind of alternate between.
Yeah.
And we met at the one that was over there by Edgar above Broad in that same building.
The one with the awesome view.
Yeah.
Bro, I wish I could have something like that. That is such a nice view.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, I interned for them for a couple months. I just helped them set up for stuff. I did listen to, I listened in on one of the podcasts with the guys from 99.5.
Okay.
I was what's his name?
Country radio?
Yeah, the dude in the morning and the girl.
Well, I know. Well, they call him WB. But I think his name's Brad.
I don't know who it is.
It used to be.
The dude has been doing it for a while over there.
Yeah.
I forget his name though.
I think you're probably talking about WB. Which
Maybe, yeah.
is Brad, but I don't know his last name.
Yeah, but I was listening in with the mics, and I was like, I'm listening to the radio right now because he sounds exactly the same.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But dang, man, how are you doing? You doing good, bro?
Can't complain, man. It's
Yeah,
Friday.
man. That is true.
Sun's shining.
That is true.
And,
It actually is Friday. And when this comes out, it'll be on a Friday.
Nice.
That's rare that it happens like that.
Oh, really? Hey.
Yeah.
It worked out. It worked out. So I'm happy to be here.
It has been so hot lately, bro. It's cold in the mornings and I'm sweating so badly.
It's that Georgia weather, man.
Yeah, I know, man.
We go through all the seasons in one day.
Yeah, gosh. I wish it snowed more. Do you like snow?
I do.
Yeah.
I wish you would do that too. We have an 8-year-old son.
Oh, yeah.
And he would really enjoy some snow.
Yeah.
That we don't have to go travel to get to.
Yeah.
So he would appreciate that.
Yeah.
A little bit more, but.
Dang. Have you ever seen snow before, or you have? Oh,
I grew up here.
Yeah.
Born and raised. And so I guess it was, 2014 when we had that ice storm.
Yeah.
So we were here for that.
Yeah, we're sledding.
Not exactly snow, but
yeah.
Ice. It was close enough, I guess.
It was, yeah, because if you stepped into it, the top layer was just ice, and then it was just the bottom.
Oh, yeah.
It
was gnarly.
If you ran and jumped into it, you would break the ice and then slide under the ice.
Correct.
On the ground.
Correct.
That messed up a lot of electrical stuff too, didn't it?
It
killed
took
a lot of power
out. I know.
Trees were down everywhere.
House at the time where I lived, we lived on a corner, and we had a huge, I don't know if it was an oak tree or not, but it was a huge tree, and it split. And it crossed that street and then this street. We're on the corner, so we blocked both lanes. So the
Dang.
National Guard came out, cut it up for us, got it out of the street. So we
National
were
Guard.
in the paper that our house was in the paper,
Really?
talking about like damage around the area. That was the image they
Yeah, it
used
was
to
the main
showcase
house.
how crazy that particular storm was.
Did you have the company back then? You could like hung a flyer out there or something?
No, we didn't. We did. We're very much in our infancy, I would say.
Yeah.
Still a side hustle.
Yeah.
It's a side hustle right now. So we got the day jobs.
Yeah. Boo.
I know,
I
right?
hate day jobs, man.
I know.
Gosh.
I know. So
I'm only 23 and I look at it as like, I got to do this for 40 more years or so. That sucks.
depressing.
It is.
It's absolutely depressing when you think of it like that.
Yeah. You just wake up and you're like, oh my gosh, I do not want to do this.
8 to 5, baby.
Dang. And I work on the weekends sometimes too. So it's like, dang, that sucks even more, because I work at Lowe's. So, I work open schedule. So I
Right,
just got to
right.
work when they schedule me.
You
which
get the one right
sucks.
over here in Evans?
No, I'm originally from North Augusta.
Okay.
And I worked at that one before, and then I quit a job without having another. Well, I quit a job, went to a job, didn't know anything about, didn't like it, so I quit without a job, and had no job for like three weeks to a month.
Okay.
But I did get hired like ASAP from Lowe's because I had been there before. But their hiring process sucks. It takes like 3 weeks.
Really?
Yeah, you have to have a background check to work at Lowe's.
Nails, nail guns, sharp things. I guess.
I mean, yeah, but some of the cats that work there, man, you would think that they didn't pass,
Those are people that knew somebody.
Yeah.
They got around that red tape.
Yeah. But yeah, I wish I was just, back in middle school playing video games every day.
Man, I think about that all the time.
Do you really?
Just no responsibilities. You had nothing to do except go play outside or,
No, I
food
gotta-
was made for you.
Yeah.
You didn't have to pay any bills.
Oh my gosh.
Just
man.
low key living, man.
Dude, you're gonna make me depressed over here. You're gonna start crying, bro.
No, I'm 37. There's stuff to
Okay.
look forward to. It gets better.
Yeah.
I-
Okay.
Yeah.
I think the only thing to look forward to is like kids and
Kids are
marriage.
cool.
Yeah.
Marriage is cool.
I had a dream last night that me and my girlfriend had a kid.
Had a kid or ate a kid?
Well.
Okay. I didn't know if I
Had,
heard
yeah,
that right.
had.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
They're a
it was
blessing,
just-
man.
There was just this huge baby, and it was kind of fugly. I'll be honest. It was a big fat baby. But I don't know. For some reason, I laid it on the couch. I don't know. It was one of those dreams where you're in and out of the whole time.
That's awesome. Well, at least it sounded like you took care of the baby.
Yeah,
in
I didn't
that
like
dream,
throw it or
It wasn't
anything.
wild. You weren't eating. And all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff.
Green.
Kobe.
Rest in peace.
That's right.
That was crazy when he died. That was crazy when he died. Honestly, that was the beginning of COVID. He started
It was.
COVID. It was the beginning of
That was
2020.
him.
Dang.
It doesn't seem like it was that long ago. Or it kind of seems longer.
Yeah.
When you think about it.
It was
that his
4
death
years,
was
I
that
guess.
long ago.
Now, yeah.
That's when we
Dang.
started Peach Jack Apparel.
Really, 2020.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And, we were at the house.
Yeah.
Everybody was at home, so we just had a wild hair idea. Like I wish we had a cool story as to like how this
Yeah.
came about, and it was inspirational.
Yeah.
No, it was just we just started tossing around the idea out of nowhere. Like, what if we did apparel? Like, what if we made some shirts? What if we just like started a business?
Yeah.
And it was one of those like you didn't take it serious, but you kind of took it serious a
Yeah.
little bit. They're like, we being serious about this, or we just joking around? 'Cause,
Yeah.
like, we could go either way. And we ended up like, let's do it.
Yeah.
Why not?
Why
Let's do
not?
it.
Yeah.
So then it was like, well, what are we gonna call it? If you don't have a name, you're not gonna go very far. You can't have a logo without a name, and without a logo, you can't have merch. And so we just started it was just my wife and I. We're in the playroom, and we were just tossing names back and forth, like words together. I said, what exactly?
Yeah.
What makes sense? What sounds good together? 'Cause we were like, we wanted it to be about family, us, where we lived. So, we're throwing around, Georgia, this or that or the other.
Yeah.
Peach. We have a dog, so we're like, her name's Penelope.
Penelope.
Penelope, we're like, nothing's jiving. And we argue about this to this day, but I'm pretty sure I'm the one that
Yeah, you
threw out
definitely are.
Peach Jack.
Yeah. Yeah.
And,
you kind of look like you would put the name into Jack.
That's right.
I feel like.
So, we landed on Jack because Penelope is a Jack Russell.
Okay.
So she's the Jack of Peach Jack.
Yeah.
Peach is pretty obvious, given where we are. So, once we had the name, like, let's get a logo.
Yeah.
Jack and a peach. Let's see if we can morph that together.
Like the
Jack
dog
Russell.
Jack?
Right.
Or the Jack Russell. My
Jack
bad.
Russell, yeah. Jack Russell and a peach. And And fortunately, it's a relatively easy, I guess, market to get into.
Yeah.
It's very saturated. I mean, there's tons of competition out there.
Yeah.
But, one of the things we didn't really have to worry about is once we had the idea of let's do some merch, let's get a logo, all that kind of stuff. I grew up, my dad, he did marketing, merchandise, promotional products
Really?
like my entire life.
Oh, wow.
So like the back end piece of finding wholesalers, screen printers, negotiating prices of how to do all that.
Yeah.
We didn't have to do any of that because he was already established in that industry on the back end. So it was like, yo, Dad, we threw out this idea. You know anybody that could put together a logo based on this? He's like, gotcha.
Dang.
So yeah, we went through a couple iterations, landed on our logo, which is our dog
Yeah.
in a peach. And now we got that everywhere.
Yeah. You could have maybe went with AI to, make it. See what it does now, at least,
Yeah, we can play with it now, see what happes.
That'd be some content to make.
That'd
be a whole video you can make, honestly.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I think a lot of people could relate to that because, a lot of people started stuff like that in COVID. Some people started OnlyFans, so that's one side of it.
You're at home. You may not be making any money depending on what your job was, so you got to do something.
Yeah, got to do something. Yeah, I had a clothing company for a little bit too.
Did you?
Yeah, it's a little embarrassing, honestly.
I'm here for it.
It was called Stay Consistent Clothing Company.
Stay consistent.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like stay consistent. A lot of people would ask me, what does stay consistent mean? We'll just read it, and I think just define the word consistent, and I think that's where you get the meaning from.
What was consistent for you? What did that mean for you?
At the time I had worked at this pizza place, and I just felt so bad for like some of the people working there.
Yeah.
Because they were like in their 40s and 50s and still working at like a pizza place. So that was kind of depressing to see. That was one part of it, and then just like maybe pushing people to to be their best and not not want them to be working at a pizza place.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
Just stuff like that. And then I used to want to be a motivational speaker and all that kind of stuff, just because I've seen a lot of people that like have been depressed and sad and all that kind of stuff. So I guess that's kind of where it came from. Yeah.
Pick them up a little bit.
Yeah. But I don't think that ever did anything for anybody. It just said
you don't know that.
Yeah, that is true.
Dang,
that is true, man. I never thought of that.
Could be one person out there that thinks about you every day and how you turn their life around. Maybe.
Well, my girlfriend, probably. Nope. But other than her, yeah, I don't know.
All right. Fair enough.
Yeah, I probably had that from 2019 to 2021, and I was definitely in the hole for that one. I never made it out.
It's tough to get into the black.
Yeah.
I mean, we started with no money.
Yeah,
obviously,
me too.
It wasn't something we planned, saved for, and tried to do. It was just kind of like, all right.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens. And that's when, when we did some generic like logo tees. That was like the first thing we did. But, we didn't order any. We did pre-orders. Like, we reached out to friends, family, whoever, like, hey, we're starting this thing up. It's going to be wild. Y'all want to get in on it? And like, so that way we could pay for the inventory we had coming in without having to come out of pocket.
Dang.
So we went the pre-order route for a little bit until we built up a little bit of a nest egg to where we could kind of invest in inventory, start building a website.
Yeah.
And everything else that entails like trying to have your own business.
Yeah. Did y'all ever look at like printing on demand?
No.
Yeah.
Never did. And that's mainly because of my dad and his connections with just having screen printers.
Yeah.
They can do it. Printing on demand, sometimes the quality.
Yeah, that's another thing. Yeah, you guys seem like you guys have really good quality.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, that's the big thing. We want to have like some of the highest quality out there. Like we want people to know that when they're getting Peach Jack, they're getting something that's pretty damn good.
The best stuff,
And so we didn't print on demand. Usually people do that with like a cheap quality shirt. Then they just print it, and then
I hate those
goes
guys
through the
that do
wash
that.
once, and then it's faded or peeling or whatever. But
yeah, if you do that, you're a terrible person. I hate anyone who ever does that.
Now, if I didn't have my dad, that's probably the route I'd go because I wouldn't know any better, right?
Yeah, I wish I had your dad, honestly.
He's the kind of guy. He can.
Yeah.
If you want to get that started back up,
maybe.
there we go.
I do plan on getting merch, but But I already have somebody like that can make it and everything. So, but maybe marketing wise, like, yeah, what does he do for like the marketing stuff?
He's mostly at this point like he does that more on the side now. He works
Yeah.
for Gold Cross now. So going back to like we had COVID, we went through that 2008 when they had like the last round of just the economy going to crap.
Yeah.
He was a small business owner.
Oh, dang.
Small business owners took a big hit, so he ended up going to EMT school, become an EMT, and then a paramedic. Works at Gold Cross. He's been there ever since.
Oh, dang.
And so he still does this, helping us out and some other brands
Yeah.
on the side. But yeah, so he's just mostly connects the dots. He's like a account executive, I guess you could say.
Kind of executive.
He's like a middleman
Yeah.
for, hey, I want this on a shirt. And he's like, all right, done,
Yeah.
kind of deal.
Do you have like a contract with him? Do y'all pay him monthly or
They
bi-weekly?
get a
by
cut out of
chance?
everything that we order.
Oh, okay.
So it's built into the pricing.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
I never
So,
thought of
what
that.
we get is what we pay, and whatever they get, I have no idea. But, as long as, for us, the numbers are making sense as far as
Yeah.
what we have to pay versus, what we can sell it for, works out.
Yeah. I bet he's seen a lot of stuff from the EMT stuff, right?
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, because that, 2008, so 16 years.
I think it'd be cool to see some dead people like that.
I guess it depends on how they died.
I mean,
Could be pretty gruesome.
I've seen some videos. Yeah.
So you've been on the internet?
Oh, yeah.
There's a few
Yeah.
videos out there.
there's a lot of videos. I think, honestly, in middle school, I watched like a terrorist cut off somebody's head off.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you know that was a real video, or did you think it was like some kind of...
Oh, it was real.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you knew that going in?
Yeah, I went looking for it,
Okay.
honestly. Yeah. Probably I shouldn't have done, but I'm fine now. I don't have any
It turned out
PTSD.
okay.
Yeah, I guess so far.
All right, right.
But yeah, that stuff is crazy, man, that people film that. And it's crazy that people do it too. That's another thing.
I can't begin to imagine what goes through some people's heads
I don't know.
as far as like normal. Because, I like a lot of like crime shows, crime movies, that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. So obviously it's all fake. But
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm into that.
Yeah. Maybe you're just trying to figure out the best ways not to do it.
It could be.
So
I might be
then-
planning the perfect crime and kind of learning what not to do
Maybe.
or what to do.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Have you ever, if you were to, have you ever thought of like how you would do it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All the stories you read about people getting caught doing whatever. I'd be like, oh, I
Yeah.
never would have done it
Yeah.
that way. I would have done it, this way, and it would have been scot-free.
I would have had a fake license plate on my car, wearing a mask.
That's
you
right.
know.
Gloves because you don't want to leave prints. And maybe a
Yeah.
hairnet looks stupid, but your hair's not going to fall anywhere.
Yeah.
That
is. Who's this cafeteria lady killing this person?
I'm a 23-year-old guy. He had no idea.
But yeah, I've definitely thought about that. Like, what if you went to a random town that you've never been before, left everything you have at your house, your credit cards, all that kind of stuff, don't pay for anything,
Right.
just snatch somebody.
You
Or
could do
snatch
it.
a homeless person. That would be the easiest thing, probably, because no one cares about them. No,
Yeah.
you just-
I mean, you're
to a
not
certain
wrong.
extent- To
You're
a
not
certain
wrong.
extent, I guess some people do care about them.
I mean,
more
that'd probably
people-
be the way to do it.
Yeah,
Obviously, go across state lines, maybe multiple state lines.
a few. Yeah, multiple. would
Make
probably
sure
be
that
best.
whatever they can trace you with
Mm-hmm.
is not with you.
Yeah, and then you could like bury their body, like anywhere, like out in the woods randomly in Wyoming.
And it didn't matter if they found it,
Yeah.
because how would they trace it back?
Oh, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you could do that. Mm-hmm. You got the gloves, you got the hairnet, you got the mask. Clean.
I just restarted watching Breaking Bad with my girlfriend, and
Okay.
have you seen it before?
I've seen here and there. I haven't followed it from like start to finish, but I'm familiar with
You've
it.
seen have you seen like the first couple episodes? Okay, so you remember how in the beginning they killed the one dude and they like dissolve his body?
Yeah.
That would be like an easy way to do it. I feel like, I don't know.
I mean, from a no evidence standpoint, absolutely.
yeah. Then you can put everything in that tub and just.
Just wait it out.
I probably would get so nervous though. I would probably get so paranoid.
And, yeah, we can talk about it. It's easy. It comes down to like doing something like that, or you're in the moment. It's a
Yeah.
different ballgame.
Yeah, that is true.
And sometimes I think about like what I would do if it was actually real.
Yeah.
And I was in that moment. Could I do it? Could I chicken? Well, am I going to chicken out? I don't know. I have no idea. I don't
Yeah.
plan to put myself in that kind of situation
Yeah.
to find out, but
Or if like somebody breaks into your house, then like
Ooh.
how do you know that you know? Well, you have like you have a wife, a dog, and
a cat and
kids.
a son.
Yeah, a
Yep.
son or what whatever. So you have more. Like I just have me, my girlfriend, and the 2 cats. Like if they kill the cat, sorry, but they didn't
Right.
kill me.
Right,
So
right.
if they did get in, that would, I don't know. It would come down to life or death for us, I guess.
I mean, I'm not going to go easy
Yeah.
on them, especially on my turf.
Yeah, you got home field advantage. You better not
Stand
lose.
your ground, man.
That's
That's right. I'd shut off the lights because I know the layout of my home. They don't.
That is so true.
There's a lot of things you can do.
But what if he turns it back on?
Good one. It'd be a touche moment. You're like,
Yeah. You'll have like your little goggle, like the night vision goggles, and you're like,
bring out the night vision.
Yeah.
Now that would be intense.
that'd be a little intense.
That'd be awesome, though.
Have you ever thought about joining the military?
No. It was never on my radar.
Solid answer. I feel like didn't even have to think about it.
No. Nobody. Grandparents on either side. Obviously, a lot of World War I, World War II. But
Vietnam,
outside
yeah.
of that, like parents, aunts, uncles, never really were in the service. So it was never.
Does that make you feel
Never a
guilty?
career path.
Maybe that like you didn't serve for your country.
I don't think so.
Yeah, me either.
I chose to serve in other capacities. Don't ask me what those are. I haven't figured it out yet. but
Okay, what are they?
I consider myself very patriotic.
Yeah, I do too. I celebrate 4th of July. I
Yeah.
pay taxes.
That's a big thing. So my day job is tax slayer.
Oh, really?
I don't, it doesn't mean we actually do taxes for
Oh,
people,
okay.
but we develop the software, and people do their own taxes, like TurboTax.
Oh, okay.
So I'm familiar with the tax aspect of.
Oh, I think I used TurboTax
of
this
being
year
an
actually.
adult. Well, you should use tax slayer next year.
Isn't it free to use though?
Can be, if your income's under a certain level. Yeah.
What's the level you have to cross?
It changes every year, but it's usually, I think this year is like 79,000.
Oh, yeah, I'm
If
not
you're,
making
if you're
any
under
more.
that, then it can be free.
Well, actually, I might have to pay.
7901. Sorry, don't qualify.
Dang it.
Yeah. It's called Free File. It's part of some IRS program. A lot of companies kind of participate in that to help out.
Yeah. What do you think about taxes?
Well, they say life, death, and taxes are the only guarantees in life. So, they're there.
Yeah.
I like that I understand them.
That's probably
I
good.
don't like that, my paycheck starts here.
Yeah.
And what actually goes into the bank is way down here somewhere. That's not cool because I don't
Yeah.
know what that money's being used for. Of course, I guess
Yeah.
you can get a sense kind of the economy lately, all the stuff going on with that. But,
Yeah. Well, you get more money because of your son. I almost said dog. Your son.
yes, he helps out a little bit
Yeah.
on a little credit. So,
Dang. How much is it per kid? Does it matter on race, ethnicity, age?
Nope.
Gender?
Well, age matters, and that's the only thing that matters.
No, like race or
Race
ethnicity doesn't.
gender,
Oh, okay.
none of that. Yeah, it's all about how old they are. That impacts
That's
and
what's
your
up.
income level. There's a lot of factors that go into how much you may qualify.
Yeah.
Which ones you may qualify for, because there's a lot.
Yeah.
So yeah, I could nerd out on taxes,
Dang.
which is kind of a weird thing to say. But
A lot of people probably don't know taxes, so I think this
you
would
know,
be probably an informational episode.
yeah, we could make it one for sure. I do a
Part
lot of
one.
taxes for friends
Yeah.
and family, just because I don't charge them. Well, I
You
take
should.
that back.
That's a little side
I charge
thing.
them
Oh, dang.
a case of beer
Oh, okay.
of my choice.
Oh,
So they show up with the beer, and I'll do their taxes.
that's what's up. Do you sit down with them and y'all
Yeah.
kind of hang out while you do them?
Yep. Usually we grill something.
Okay.
Yeah, we
Whoa.
make it a fun hangout. It's
Okay.
not like coming to my office and you sit at the desk and and I'm just sitting there typing away while they're awkwardly looking around, reading the walls. We make it a good time.
That's what's up.
Yep.
Maybe like a pool spa day, getting your
Could be.
nails done, hair done. You
We'll
know.
go play some golf, come back,
Yeah.
do a little taxes,
Yeah.
whatever.
Do you
So,
like golf?
I do.
Yeah. This is the only golf thing I had, so I wore it. Monsanto. I don't even know what that means.
I don't know what that means either. I'm assuming
Monsanto.
a golf course somewhere. Name of a golf course.
I got it at the
Not quite
Salvation
sure.
Army a few years ago. So I don't know.
I like that though. It's got the old school rope on it.
Yeah.
That thicker rope. I like that.
I've never worn it. I had a Reed Ice. You know what Reed Ice? Yeah, so I had one of those. And it was the same thing, rope, red, and it had Reed Ice. And then somebody said they could like see me over the shelf at work, and then so he said, "Oh, I thought you were Mario." So I got really really hurt about that one, and I stopped wearing it. Yeah.
Okay. You don't think being called Mario is a compliment?
Nah, he's not. I don't know. He's just.
Or are you against Italians?
Yes.
100%.
Yeah, I love their food. Pizza, spaghetti.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we're gonna have shrimp pasta tonight. So
There you go.
I can't be hating
That's
on
a Friday
Mario.
night meal.
Yeah. I feel like it's a Saturday though.
It does. It feels like one.
I gotta work tomorrow. That sucks.
That's the North Augusta Lowe's, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you see me, give me a ring. I'll give you 10%.
Okay.
Yeah.
I go there frequently.
Oh, for real?
You know, DIY stuff here and there. But the Evans one.
Oh yeah.
So.
That's probably one of the best ones in the area.
It's just closer.
Yeah. And Evans is just nicer.
You're not too far away from Evans.
Yeah.
Is this borderline Grovetown? Even though like it's Augusta, but I feel like if I go another mile that way,
Yeah.
it's Grovetown.
That I'm not sure. All the houses and everything, I'm basically giving everybody surrounded the land. All the houses around are her family's.
Okay.
So yeah, this is like her family's trailer or whatever. Well, it's ours, but they gave it to us, kind of thing.
Right on.
So I couldn't tell you. We've been living here for almost a year now. So,
okay.
But like before that, I was in North Augusta, all that stuff. And so, I mean, I think the Columbia County and what's the other county over here?
Grovetown?
Or Richmond, maybe.
Oh yeah,
it
Columbia
like
County,
runs
Richmond County,
right behind that house or something. So
Okay.
it like I don't know. It's weird. I don't really talk about politics like that though. So
county lines. Hey man, you can get into the weeds.
oh gosh,
Real easy.
What do you mean by that?
Politics.
Oh dang,
Such a decisive subject these days.
I can't wait to vote for Biden this year.
Oh
bro.
yeah,
yeah.
Is that how
dude.
you're rolling?
Yeah.
Things have been going well the last 4 years. Feel
Yeah.
like what's another 4?
I mean, we're just in a good spot. I feel like bombing people we don't need to be bombing. I don't know.
You know, there's a lot going on. You know, that's one of the things about getting older. Like you realize the world that you live in, and like how voting matters.
Yeah.
I guess, and how that impacts day to day. It's. I wish I didn't understand all that.
Yeah.
Like have to.
Well, I'm not even registered to vote.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah. So sorry.
I thought that was automatic when you turn like 18 or something.
Well,
Or like whenever you get your driver's license updated, get registered.
I guess you have to register, you know, so
I don't
people
know.
aren't getting their dead grandparents to vote. You know,
We'll see how many of those vote this November.
probably a lot. It'll probably be a really good spike.
Only about 2 or 3 a.m. after election day.
Yeah.
Probably in the night.
Probably a few thousand, probably tens of thousands, maybe like 30,000.
enough.
Yeah.
Just enough to matter.
But
make
yeah, I
it-
see you got is that the Carolina squat on the truck?
No.
Oh, it's not?
No, not intentionally.
You got a bunch of fat girls in the back or
So
something?
I had about, let's see, a year and a half ago, early 2023, started having some car trouble. I'm trying to remember what started it all. Oh, my back window fell down. Like shut the door and it just dropped out of, you know. So that I took it to get a new arm, to get a new window put back up.
Yeah.
And then they were just like, all right, here is the price for this, what you actually came here for. And then there's all these other things we found while we were, you know, like apparently in my front suspension, there's a sway bar, which at some point had fallen out. So there was no sway bar. So
you
my
know
car
what a
was
sway
kind of
bar
sitting
is.
at a tilt, kind of right heavy.
Okay.
And so that killed the suspension
Yeah.
because the sway bar helps hold up, I guess, the
okay.
front end on this side. So the suspension was shot. So I had to get new suspension. And it just kind of tilted me up a little bit once I got the shocks and suspension in there. So it kind of looks like a lift,
Yeah.
only on the front, like a barely little one. It's- You know, I never thought about it being a Carolina squat until just now when you mentioned that. Now I'm going to be a little self-conscious driving around.
It's not the Mario
getting
thing.
judged.
It's not the Mario thing, I promise. It won't give you years of depression. It's okay.
Yeah.
So you didn't replace the back?
No, the window's fixed.
Okay. Well, like the back suspension.
Oh no, because it didn't need it. At that point, I'd, you know, Spent too much money,
Yeah, probably.
and
That sounds expensive.
yeah. So I just ride with a little tilt.
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Now I'm aware of it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I guess people don't have to ask you now that you're gay. You know, if you're gay
They
or
assume
whatever.
that they
Yeah,
already- they already know.
yeah. Even with the the wife and the son, they already
What can you do?
Yeah, I
I
don't
guess
know.
I could lift my back end up a little.
Or lift the back end up over the front end.
I do a reverse squat.
Yeah.
Man, there you go. Now we're on to something.
That's like hot rod kind of though, isn't it?
It could be.
Yeah, that's how I guess the hot rods
We could come
are.
up with a better name for that though. 'Cause the whole thing with Carolina squat,
Yeah.
the trouble there is you can't see over the dash.
Yeah.
If you do the opposite, man, it's clear line of
Hey.
sight.
You can see anything before you run over them.
That
you
might
know?
be the new norm. Like,
Yeah. We could talk. We call it doggy style though, because like the back end is up, the front end is down or whatever.
That's accurate. We can go with that.
Do you think I've heard this question before? Do you think the position that a baby was conceived in depends on how they were, like how they act, their personality, all that kind of stuff?
Ooh, I have no idea. I've never heard that.
Really?
Yeah. It dictates the baby's personality.
Yeah, yeah. Or like, do you think it does?
I'm gonna go with. I don't think so.
Yeah, I feel like
my professional
missionary.
opinion there.
Missionary. They'd be a good Christian kid. Doggy style though, it's they're a bad kid. They're
So
probably
if you got
in
a wild
juvie right
child. That's
now.
what you're saying.
Yeah.
That's how. Okay. Could be.
Yeah.
I guess we could take a poll.
Yeah.
If
good.
somebody's kid is just out of this world,
How were you conceived?
just maybe
Doggy
ask
style.
that question.
Yeah.
In what position?
It's always good to ask questions.
I mean, it's the only way to learn.
Unless you're asking what gender you are, because then you'll get in trouble.
That's a lot. That's a loaded question these days.
Yeah. Pretty bad. Huh. So yeah, bro, I appreciate the stuff, man. I don't drink alcohol, but
Well,
my girlfriend does. So
good for water bottles.
well, that's what I have
Soda
this full of
cans.
water, so
Okay.
I mean, I can add it on. I can glue it on or something, or use it on the top so nobody like puts fentanyl in it or something.
There you go.
Yeah, maybe make it a little head. Well, the dog's upside down. You know what? I'll give it to my girlfriend. She's an alcoholic.
Just a small thank you.
Well, thank you,
for
man, and the hat.
Invite me over.
I do like this hat. I've been really rocking the freaking not military, the camo stuff lately.
It's come on like hugely popular.
Yeah.
Just variations of different camo. Like I don't know if that camo is gonna help you in the woods.
Oh, do you want me to leave this on?
That's yours. You do whatever you want. It just comes with that because that's the
Okay.
brand and style. But
Do you leave this in or do you take it out?
take it out.
Okay, I know. I know some people that leave it in. They're like, you're a little weird.
I mean, to each their own.
Yeah. Yeah, so are these, because I know when I had the clothing company, I had just normal Gildan shirts, like the cheapest of the cheap.
Yep.
So, like, so you said the shirts are high quality. Are they pretty expensive without the screen print? Without the screen print on them?
They can be. So we primarily use Comfort Colors,
Oh, yeah. It's a good one.
Comfort Wash, and then what's called Beach Wash. They're all garment dyed. So they're a little bit thicker, a little heavier weight. We do use, this is actually it's called Core Cotton. It's a Portland company. Another wholesaler out there. But it's a 50-50 cotton polyester blend. So lightweight, soft, feels good. But the cost of the shirt, again, kind of depends on where you're getting it from. And do you have negotiated prices with them? So that's where my dad comes in. I mean, we could get, and also there's minimums. Usually you can't just be like, let me get one comfort color, please.
Yeah.
And then put a design on it. Like they'll be like, no, you need like 100
Yeah.
if you're gonna,
Communigraphics was 12.
12.
Yeah, just for anybody out there.
It varies.
Yeah.
Depending on the screen printer, depending
Yeah.
on the wholesaler, minimums vary. Like Richardson hats, for example, like that particular patch. If I want a leather patch, I can pretty much mix and match any hat that I want to put that same patch on, but you have a minimum of 48 patches. And that just varies.
Yeah.
But, the prices they're not too bad. Obviously, COVID has made everything go up, plus the economy after that. So starting a clothing line in the middle of all that, not the best decision as far as want to make a lot of money or break even kind of thing.
But if you are doing that at the highest of the economy, just think of when the economy is at the low.
When it's doing good,
if
right,
depending on the next 4 years.
We haven't experienced that yet.
Yeah,
a good economy for our particular market. Fortunately, we're slowly still getting out there. We're becoming more of a household name, I would say, locally.
Yeah,
we obviously want to branch out, get into retailers, kind of spread throughout Georgia, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
that would help us generate steady income that we know is coming, other than just website sales and whatnot. So that would help with certain things, planning, that kind of thing. But yeah, like the prices, they're not too bad. We can still meet the numbers that we want to meet. But if we want to wholesale with retailers, they obviously have their own margins they want to make too. And, that's going to cut into our margins.
Yeah.
And usually they get the better end of that deal currently right now. Like we're going to give them the better margin just because our prices are still relatively high.
Yeah.
Because we also don't order a lot compared to let's say Vineyard Vines, Southern Marsh, bigger companies like that, Georgia, Peach State Pride, all that. They're doing bukus of quantities where we're, they're up here, we're probably down here somewhere. So
they
our
got the sweatshops of clothing companies.
Yeah, so their cost per shirt, for example, is much lower than ours is. So even they charge more than we do, and they pay less than we do. So we're in the middle of those margins.
So how would you how would you get into the retailer? Would you give them for example, 20 shirts of various sizes, or would you put them in the store and then when they sell it, you would get a percentage of that? Or would they pay for the 20 shirts?
That's a good question because I didn't know what the answer was going in. I think it depends on the retailer. For example, we are in a few already, and the way they do it and the way we present it to them is you buy it and then you sell it. We don't. It's not like a consignment where if it sells, then we get paid kind of thing. Because then we'd have to eat that cost until it sells and then hope it sells.
Yeah.
So we sell it direct to them. That way they own it, and then it's theirs to do what they want with for the most part.
Huh.
Yeah. So we have standard prices. We say here's our catalog. Shirts. You tell us what quantities you want and how many, and then we'll bring up the invoice. Get it to you.
Dang, you getting legit, man.
Dude, I'm figuring it out, man. I'm figuring it out.
Dang.
I mean, I'm not a web designer.
Yeah.
I built our website.
Dang.
Fortunately, there's a lot of web hosting sites out there that help you.
A lot of tutorials,
a lot of
probably
templates
too.
that I could choose from. So YouTube and Google has been great when it comes to learning new things.
Yeah.
So I've done a lot of that. But yeah, I mean, our shop is literally, grassroots. Our warehouse.
Yeah, how's the warehouse?
Fancy.
It's probably a huge warehouse. We walk in, got
warehouse,
a secretary.
Oh man, I tell you what, it's
pool, spa, kind of sauna,
it's ideal.
gym. Yeah,
it's ideal. It comes with a full kitchen, living room, a complete backyard. So all we had to do was just give up one of our bedrooms to be our warehouse.
Yeah,
and so yeah, we operate out of our house. So it's funny, on the website we have a store pickup option.
Yeah.
I can't change that text, so it always says store pickup, but yeah,
people just swing by
porch
the house.
pickup. Yeah, absolutely. It was another alternative. Try to get us out there locally. A lot of people like to porch pickup these days. They're selling stuff left and right on Facebook and all the groups. And everybody's like, porch pickup.
Oh, so you leave it on the porch, or they grab it off the porch?
We leave it there, and then they come get it. So we have certain hours where it'll be available. And we got our own bag. I should have brought one, but we have our own. You go to Escape Outdoors, and they put your stuff in a bag. It's got their logo on it. We got the same thing, and so we put that out there with their name on it. And so far, people have been honest and only grabbed what has their name on it. We haven't had anybody take somebody else's bag or any porch pirates show up.
Yeah,
because we're buried in our neighborhood, so not a lot of porch pirates happen because they're trying to get in, get out. Not travel what feels like 10 minutes into the back of a neighborhood to start jacking stuff off porches.
Dang.
Yeah, so we super grassroots. Grassroots.
Yeah.
I mean, I do all the marketing. I do the social media. I answered customer emails. I answered your email.
After a while, I was like, why are we still emailing? For
I was about to email you when I got here to be like, I'm not sure when you're going to get this email, but I think I'm where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah.
And then you came in clutch with the phone number, but I was already on the porch. So I was like,
dang.
I would have reached out.
Yeah.
I felt confident
Yeah. Well, I mean,
that I was where I was supposed to be.
yeah. I totally forgot to send you the directions. I send the little shtick that I sent you before people are getting here.
Gotcha.
You know, because I had a comedian on Pete Barlow, and I have no clue where he was at. And this also made me not film podcasts at night because this place is hard to find at night.
Yeah.
And he was like, yo, I'm like pulling up, and then there's this house, and it looks abandoned. And I'm like, I have no clue where you're at. So it was like 10 minutes of like trying to troubleshoot where he was and get him here. So,
Man.
yeah.
That's where I would say technology comes into play.
Yeah.
Drop a pin, like, boom, here's my location.
Yeah.
Come to me. Don't ask me how to do that. I can say it, but I don't know how to.
Yeah. Well, I don't have an
do that.
iPhone either, so I wouldn't be able to do that. So.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Do you got a Android?
Yeah, I got a Google Pixel.
They might have that on there somewhere. A lot of people say that the Android stuff is a lot better than iPhones. I don't know.
That's what they say.
I mean, it's word on the street.
Once you go Android, you never go back. That's what I've heard too.
It's a common phrase.
Yeah. So you said you have the own custom bags. I never had that. Only had stickers and shirts. So how do you factor the custom stuff you're not necessarily selling into the full price?
It's operating cost, so to speak.
Okay.
You kind of just eat it for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still learning how to figure everything into probably the cost of, once we can get our cost a little bit down, maybe the economy gets a little bit better, we can get back on a better track there. I can figure all that out. Like a money guy, from that standpoint, like doing kind of analysis and analytics and forecasting.
Yeah.
It's a lot of big words, and I don't know how to do much of that.
Well, the
But,
taxes at least. So.
I can do taxes, yes.
Yeah.
But for the bags, I got those because we do actually right over here in Evans, starts tomorrow, is they do an Evans market.
Oh yeah.
A lot of local vendors from a variety of backgrounds have a lot of product. People come out, so we started doing that as a way to help get the name out there.
Yeah.
Probably a year and a half ago.
Oh, okay.
And so I
Every
got
Saturday?
Yeah.
Or
Well,
every.
it starts in April, so they do it. It's changed every year.
Yeah.
So it starts in April.
Stay consistent.
After Masters. Not doing that. They start after Masters and go through June. Take July and August off because it's just crazy hot. Nobody comes usually those months anyways. Pick it back up in September through almost to Thanksgiving. And then they'll do a holiday one. So, it's pretty broken up. But we don't go every Saturday. They have it every Saturday. We don't show up every Saturday because it's quite a bit to
it's probably
load up product. You got to carry everything with you, set it all up, take it all down, take it home. So, it's makes for a long day. When you have a kid that has no interest in going and hanging out under a tent all day, on their Saturday, so we do about every other. But we got those bags so that when people buy something, they put it in our bag, and then they're walking around
Oh, that's
all the other
smart.
tents, and they, people see our logo on a bag, and maybe they get curious. I don't know.
Dang.
They'll come stop by our tent. Usually the hats bring in people.
Yeah.
They see the hats, and they're just like, ooh, hats.
Yeah,
Let's check them out.
I'm definitely a hat person. I have too many hats, honestly, to wear. But
Me
this
too.
this is a good fit too. I feel like my head is deep, but then you get like the shell of a hat where it just sits on the top of your head, So this is a good hat.
It's a good fit. It does look good on you. It matches your shirt, ironically.
Yeah.
So
it
kind of
meant to
meshes
be,
well.
I guess.
Hey,
It's meant to be.
that's how we do things.
Did you ever think when you were a kid that you would have your own logo on a plastic bag?
Ooh, no. It's also paper.
Oh,
High quality bag.
dang.
Paper versus plastic.
So you're not throwing this stuff in a landfill.
Recycled too, so we care about the environment.
Dang.
Yeah, recycled.
And environmental friendly.
Hey.
Whoa.
And it's great. People regift it too. They'll keep the bag, and then when it's somebody's birthday, Christmas, whatever, and they need a bag to throw a gift in, boom. But people probably get disappointed when they get that Peach Jack bag, and Peach Jack's not in the bag.
Yeah, that's so true. Gosh, that's so true, man.
It's happened.
At Peach Jack, do you like your boss? How are the employees? What's the labor cost? Are you guys in the red every month and the black? Or
It's great. So we have somehow we were able to get all of our employees to be volunteers.
Oh, okay.
So we don't even have to pay them.
Really?
Yeah, it's great. And they live at the warehouse, and so
They're dedicated.
The overhead cost is very low there. We're not worried about helping them pay their own bills.
Yeah.
It's been ideal.
Yeah.
To be able to have that kind of setup.
That's what's up. Dang. I might have to do that.
Boss is pretty cool.
Yeah.
You get unlimited PTO, so you can take off kind of when and wherever. You usually don't have to ask for permission.
Yeah.
So it's as long as the work gets done.
Yeah.
Then you're good.
Do you have? Well, you did say PTO, but do you have to put on a schedule that you want to request off for certain days, or you're gonna be sick? Do you ever call in sick, or how does that work with your boss?
It's one of those things. It's like just give me a shout.
Yeah.
Just be like from across the other room, like, hey man, not feeling too good today. I'm not gonna make it. Down the hall, and it's like, hey, no worries, man. I can pick up the extra slack today. Hope you feel better. Take care of you.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. So again, it's just.
It seems like
ideal.
such a fun place to work. I
think
might
it
have
is.
to apply. Have you ever had anybody apply?
We've had a couple people actually email us like
Really?
how to apply or do we have any openings. And
Really?
it's weird when that happens because I try to be like, we're an actual company with an actual brick and mortar set up somewhere, but I'm like, oh hey, it's actually just me. We do it in our house right now, so we're not looking. I think I sound a little bit more professional than that, but that's the gist. It's like, no current openings.
That's so funny that people reach out to you like that.
Yeah.
I kind of asked that in a goofy question way, but the fact that people actually do it.
It's happened. And some of them are customers. Like they've bought from us and then they're like, hey man, just, right now I got nothing going on. So if you ever need extra hand for whatever, let me know. It's like, okay, maybe I will. Maybe. Because sometimes I'll do deliveries.
Yeah.
Like order comes in, it's pretty close. I might surprise them and just go take it right to their doorstep.
Dang.
And
Same
so
day
maybe
shipping, huh?
Same day shipping. We do ship quick.
Yeah.
Thanks to that proximity of home and work, we can get orders out. Like if you place an order right now, it's probably already got a label on it 10 minutes.
Dang.
You'll already get that
Really?
confirmation email like, oh, it's fulfilled on the way.
Dang. What if they order it at like 3:30 in the morning?
They'll probably get the email around 9 o'clock in the morning. Yeah.
Oh, because you guys don't open till 9 or?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. I have had some people because I'll be packing orders at 10, 11 o'clock at night.
Really?
Just because I might be doing something, order comes in. I'll go ahead and pack it before bed or whatever.
Yeah.
And they're like, whoa,
That's quick.
can't believe I got this already fulfilled at night, almost to midnight. It's like, well, we aim to please, man. We're quick.
Yeah. That's speedy.
So our service is pretty
fast.
top notch.
Yeah. That's
Customer
what's up.
service, shipping, quality assurance.
Do you guys like outsource any like customer kind of stuff, like customer relations, any of that kind of stuff, or is
No.
that you guys do that at the
All
warehouse?
in-house. Yeah, so marketing, that's me.
Yeah.
Social media, again, me. I made a TikTok about it, about like, I own a small apparel company. Of course I'm the only employee, one of those things that you see.
yeah.
So I did one of that. It was funny. But yeah, it's literally me and my wife. She helps. We come up with like the designs, like ideas. And then we have, you said outsource. So I guess we kind of do outsource our designs.
Yeah.
Like we come up with the ideas of what we want, but we can't actually put that together. I don't have that kind of creative mind or computer apps to be able to do that. So we do outsource our graphic design.
Where do y'all do that at? Fiverr?
No, we do it. So I work at TaxSlayer, mentioned that, and we have user experience division, graphic design, people that design the website, that kind of stuff. So I'm friends with one of the girls that's in that division, and she does our designs. Like her side business helps out our side business. So I kick her an idea like, hey, I'd love to see this. Let me see what you come up with. And she'll give me a little mock-up, and then we'll kind of massage it a little bit back and forth, figure out the final product.
Massage it.
And then we get it set up to.
I like that. Using
on
the word
screens.
massage
Yeah.
instead of like marinate or kind of fit like practice massage. I might start using that.
Start working that into more conversations somehow. It could be good, it could not be good. I don't know. Depends on the conversation.
I guess, it depends on who you're talking to as well.
Yeah. So if we didn't have her, our life would be a little bit challenging. We'd have to find somebody else. that
What if she
probably-
died? What would you have to do?
That would be. I'd go to my dad. And be like, hey man, do you know another graphic designer?
You say hey man to your dad?
Oh yeah. You know, once you get older, a little bit older,
Yeah.
like obviously he's still dad. That never changes. But you might call him by his first name. You might call him bro. You know, it's a different relationship than being a kid and a dad versus being an adult with your adult dad, I think.
Yeah, that's
So
kind of
that dynamic changes a little bit.
Yeah, I think that's kind of starting to change because I think sometimes when me and my dad get off the phone, he'll be like, "All right, man," and I'm like, "I'm your son."
I'm your son. My 8-year-old calls me bro. So yeah,
Well, the times have changed.
that is also true.
What is he? A Gen X?
I don't even know.
That's crazy.
I don't even know what I am. I think I'm a millennial, like an
Yeah.
early millennial, I think. Or older millennial.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, you'll probably be a millennial. I'll probably be a Gen Z.
I'm not sure.
And then after Gen Z, I think it's X, which that would make no sense because Z.
Is there a Xennial? Is that a one?
I think that's Gen Zennial.
Oh, okay.
I think.
So it's actually Xennial or whatever, but they call him Gen Z.
Yeah.
Make it sound cooler.
I guess. I don't know. When was your son born?
2016.
Dang, he's behind.
Yeah. They might not have that generation named yet.
But yeah, that's true.
Maybe. I don't know.
When I was his age, I was 8.
How about that?
Yeah, really.
Dang, that's quite a
Looking back on it, I didn't even think about that really.
When I was his age, I was 8. Ridiculous. Love it.
So
I'm having a great time.
Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, me too, for sure. So you said you kind of started it based off of, I don't know if you said this, I remember looking at it off of dogs.
Yeah.
So like, I saw the thing, it was like, what was it? It took me to an URL that wasn't found. It was like the pups thing.
Pups page?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a broken link. I got to fix it. But
Yeah.
yes, so when we started doing hats, usually hats have to have some kind of naming scheme, like other than green camo. Like that's just pretty generic. Or what's this? Navy rope.
Navy rope.
You got to be a little bit cooler than that, I would
Yeah.
think, or help you stand out. So I came up with the idea that for our hats, why not we name them after people's dogs? So that kind of goes behind. So we say we're family-owned, dog-inspired, comfort-driven. So the dog-inspired part, obviously, Peach Jack is our Jack Russell, and she's in every single logo, obviously. But our hats, every single hat is named after somebody's dog. And on our website, peachjackapparel.com, you can go to our pups page where we have every single dog listed, picture, a little bio about them, and then you can click on the link to shop their hat. So every single hat is named after a dog, and on that same page, so if you're a dog lover, you have dogs, at the bottom you can submit your own for a future hat. And if we pick your dog for a future hat release, then the owner of that dog gets the hat for free. So they get the hat named after them, and we give them the hat for free.
Dang.
So people love that idea.
Yeah.
Especially when we go to the Evans Market and we actually get in front of people. We get to talk to people, tell them about the brand, tell them about how we name our hats. And a lot of them are there walking their dogs. They brought their dog with them, or our dog people, and they absolutely love that idea. And that makes them gravitate towards us because they're like, oh, man, my dog needs a hat.
I got the Ranger hat.
Yeah, you got the Ranger.
Hey.
So that one was intentional because it was a hunting dog. I intentionally kind of put out on Instagram, like, hey, if you got a hunting dog, like, send me their name.
Yeah.
So we had a bunch of people throw in their hunting dogs' names. We picked Ranger, and he's out at Burke County, so bird dog capital of the world there.
Really?
Yep. So Ranger is a black lab. So yeah. So you can go and on our headwear page, you can, click on the stock image, and then we always have the dog image there too. So yeah, you can check out all our dogs, all the hats that are associated with them. Yeah. Now that one is not named after a dog.
Oh, okay.
So there's a couple that we do for like UGA inspired. That was one of them that we did last year.
Okay.
And we just call it the Jowlja.
Dang.
That was a fun hat.
Tips and Yips, is that named after 2 dogs?
Nope. Tips and Yips. That's another one that doesn't have a dog.
Yeah.
So that one was a golf themed, golf inspired.
Okay.
So Tips, I call it the hat for every handicap. So Tips is usually, you tee up from the back tees.
Yeah.
Usually means you're pretty good. Or if you get the Yips, you're topping the ball. that kind of thing, you're not very good. So it's the tips and yips hat. It's for everybody.
Dang.
Yeah.
I like
so
it.
we just put that one out right before Masters Week.
Yeah.
Try to get in on that traffic. So that was a fun one. That's
Yeah.
a cool hat too.
Yeah, I like it. It has the what is the dry fit type front.
Yep.
And the,
It's a performance hat. So it's got laser perforated holes on the side.
Yeah.
Which a fancy way of just putting holes in it, I guess. But yeah, it's great for obviously doing anything outdoors, sweating, water, golfing. Keeps your head dry. It's lightweight. It's got a good
Dang.
little sweatband in there in
Yeah.
case you sweat.
yeah.
It helps keep it out of your eyes. But yeah, that's a cool hat.
Yeah. It looks nice.
Yep,
I like
yep.
those kind of hats.
So yes, most of our hats are going to be Richardson. That's kind of where our wheelhouse. And then we'll do Imperials here and there, like Imperial, because they have a lot of good performance hats. Also a lot of good rope hats.
Is the Imperial the tips and yips hat?
Imperial's actually Richardson is one of
Oh.
their new performance hats that I saw. And I was like, ooh, I like that. That's what I want to do it with. But then, real cool, a lot of our camo, not the one you have, but a lot of our first camos that we did is from another small business currently out of Greenville, South Carolina.
Gunner? Tallulah?
Yep, Gunner, Tallulah, Sue, and I think-
SIOUX? That's it? Okay.
and then Boone. They all came from a shop called Breyer and Company. Small business in Greenville. She does a lot of camo hats, and it's like a one-woman shop, similar to our, except she actually has a brick and mortar store.
Yeah.
So she's a little bit higher than us, but she's super cool. She's mid-20s. She's out
Dang.
there just making some
Killing
killer
it.
hats, and so we work with her a good bit on some hats too. So small supporting small.
That's what's up.
We like to support small
Yeah. Well,
businesses.
my girlfriend supports small too, so I mean, I can't hate on that. You know what I'm saying?
It's always good. Support small, medium, and large.
Yeah. So do you guys work on Sunday too, or like you guys kind of have any relation to Chick-fil-A or?
Yeah, I pretty much work 24/7, man.
Yeah.
No days off.
Yeah.
No days off.
Yeah.
So I got the day job, and then I get home, and then it's night job. So usually when I get home, weekends, evenings, I'm tinkering with something Peach Jack related, whether
Yeah.
it's getting in inventory, updating something on the website, fulfilling orders, whatever. So
Yeah.
nonstop, man. Saturdays, Sundays.
Always working. Ah, those suck, man. When you have to come home from work and still have to work,
I know.
and you don't get really paid from it that much.
No, they have not given me a paycheck yet. I don't know what their deal is.
That might be illegal.
I'm
honestly.
hoping I'll get one soon. We'll see.
Yeah. That might
But
be illegal.
good perks. I get free merch,
Yeah.
so I don't have to worry about paying for it
But you
twice.
pay for it.
I'll pay
twice.
wholesale, then I'll pay retail again, just on top of
Yeah.
that. Because why not? I got to help the bottom line somehow.
Yeah.
You know.
Huh. So yeah, you have brand ambassadors too. I saw that.
We do.
How was that?
That has been fun to do because we've met a lot of cool people. We don't do anything with quote unquote influencers. People most like we've had a lot of people like reach out, yo, would love to rep your brand, blah blah blah.
Really?
And they'd have like, we had one guy that might have had 112 Instagram followers. And he's like, I'd love to be a brand ambassador. I'm like, well, okay. We're not looking for any right now, but
That was a lie.
We've connected. We've connected with a lot of up and coming country artists.
Yeah, I was looking at a couple of them.
So Forrest, him being one of them,
Yeah.
local. But a guy named Scoot Teasley, we connected
Scoot
with.
Teasley.
He's out of Toccoa, Georgia. He's, I really think he's on the verge of
Yeah.
actually
Busting it up.
chasing that neon light and making
Yeah.
it there. He actually recently, a few weeks ago, had a writing session with Nelly.
Yeah, I saw. I was
Which
going to
was
ask
super
you
cool.
about
And he was
that.
wearing our
yeah,
this shirt.
He was touching the shirt. Yeah.
Nelly was touching this shirt.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, that's super cool. Because I was born in 80s, definitely a 90s baby, early 2000s was high
Yeah.
school. So that's when Nelly was like super just killing it.
Yeah.
So that was super cool to see.
Yeah.
So Scoot loves our brand, wears our hat. He wears our Georgia hat a lot.
Georgia.
We came across him on TikTok 2 years ago during college football season. He had a song called Perfect Season. He's obviously a UGA fan. And ironically that year, what are you?
I mean, I'm
Just nobody? Anybody but Georgia?
I like South Carolina and West Virginia.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, they suck. That's
Georgia went in that boat not too long ago. But
West Virginia's been in that boat forever. So.
well, so I grew up a Tech fan, Georgia Tech. Still am.
Yeah.
And they haven't done a lot in football in a very long time.
Yeah.
So I'm a baseball fan. They're really good at baseball.
Yeah.
But they had a song called "Perfect Season." Ironically, they did have a perfect season that year, won the national championship. And I reached out to him just on TikTok. Was like, "Hey man, we're just a local, small apparel company. We got some UGA themed stuff. Would love to, send something your way, kind of thing." And he already had people at that point. He's like, "Oh, let me talk to my people." I was like, "Dang, you got people."
I don't know.
And sometimes I don't know how that's going to work out for us, because it's like, do you want, like, am I going to have to pay him to wear our stuff? And right now, we don't pay anybody. The deal is, like, we'd love for you to rep the brand. We'll send you the merch for free. And we don't ask much from you because we're not paying you. Like, if you want to wear it out and about, give us a shout out, like, every month or so on social media or whatever, or just wear it in pictures. Like, we don't expect, like, dedicated post about us. But we've been able to connect to a lot of people that way. A lot of small, kind of up and coming, just independent dudes.
Yeah.
Let's see, who else do we got?
Ben something?
Ben Wilson. He's from Augusta as well. He's now in Nashville. He's a distiller, so he works making whiskey during the day and does, the country music thing.
That actually probably is one of the most country music things you could do, other than like living on a farm, ranch, what have you.
Correct. So he's living what he's writing about, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so.
And he knows it. But he's been fun. He was actually a walk-on for UGA. Ben was. He was a backup QB. I don't know how many backups of a QB, but he was on the roster as a QB at some point. And when they won the national championship, he ran onto the field.
Really?
He stormed it. He was up in Indiana, and it was just a spur of the moment. Didn't plan it, but I guess he felt it. And he took off. He got on the field, and that put him on the map a little bit, because obviously it made headlines. We did a shirt from him running on the field. Like, there was an image that somebody took, and we put that on a shirt. Sold the crap out of it.
Really?
Oh yeah. He was a legend.
Yeah.
He got shouted out on Barstool.
Oh yeah.
Peach State Pride, the company, apparel company, also shouted him out because he has a song called Peach State Pride. So he took that moment to really blow that song up. So that was a lot of fun. We've kind of got tied into UGA just inadvertently. We did it. It wasn't intentional. Like, we made those products intentional, but we didn't have any idea that we would kind of infiltrate their locker room a little bit. So we did a hat 2 years ago called the Walk On. It was a rope hat, Performance Imperial, and it had stitched Walk On, which was paying homage to Stetson Bennett, former Walk On.
Yeah.
And we were able to get a hat to him. I've never seen him post it on social media. We were told it got to him. I don't really know.
Yeah.
But it also made its way through a lot of the locker room there. So a lot of players had that hat. We had it in 3 different colors.
Dang.
Hot Pod, Jack, their former field goal kicker.
Yeah.
He got it. A guy named William Moat, who just finished his senior year. He was their long snapper. Tight end, Drew Sheehan. They've all, and they look forward, and former players also are getting our stuff. So they always look forward to our UGA gear come college football time. So now it's like one of those things we got to keep doing something because it's expected. Which we don't mind, obviously, because we know it's usually going to do pretty well.
Yeah.
But that just was kind of cool to see happen.
Are you
just
even
organically?
Georgia? Are you like a Georgia fan?
Yeah. I know. Grew up Tech fan. Grew up into that. A lot of family went there. But once you grow up and you start, I guess, paying attention, at least for me, college football, sports, that kind of thing. Like I cheer both ways. UGA, Georgia Tech, when they play each other, I cheer for both.
I'm like that with
weird.
my gender, so.
House divided, but I'm the one.
Yeah.
It's my own house that's divided.
It's a constant battle between yourself.
People tell me all the time, you can't be a fan of both. I'm like, well, what if I'm a parent and I have a child that goes to Georgia and a child that goes to Georgia Tech? Can I be a fan of both then?
Yeah.
You got to kind of hit them with some argument back. And because you're just like,
do they usually shut up after that? Or
of course not. They're Georgia fans. So they can be pretty obnoxious.
Georgia.
They know it.
How about them dogs? Man, it's so annoying.
I know. It's been fun, though, doing the things that we've done.
Yeah.
Just kind of how they organically happen. So we like to use brand ambassadors, people that are actually doing something other than trying to be an influencer.
Yeah.
They just may want something for free. So we utilize that a lot.
112 followers.
And we've had random people in North Carolina
Really?
like, yo, love to rep your brand, love it.
Then
And
buy
again,
it.
like, yeah, exactly. A lot of times, that's what I want to say.
Yeah.
But I'm like, appreciate, glad you support the brand, love it. Love to see you wear it someday, kind of thing. But we're not looking for any brand ambassadors at this time.
Another lie.
Quit calling me out, man.
Sorry. Do people ever like when you come out with a new shirt or something, do people ever be like, oh, I'm gonna buy that, I just gotta get paid and then I'll buy it, and
All
then
the
they
time.
never do it?
All the time.
Okay, yeah, that happened to me all the time.
So it's funny when we do the markets because they're like, oh, I love this hat. Or,
I'm
love
gonna come
this
back
shirt.
next week,
And they're like, let me do a lap first and I'll come back and look at all the other and say, okay, sure. Like, oh, my wife, she has the wallet. I'm like, okay. All right. There've been a couple that actually came back. I'm like, whoa, you came back.
Good to
Look
see
at
you
you. He's like, I
again.
told you I would. I was like, well, you're about the 2% that actually does. So that's one of the fun things about the market because other vendors, we're next to other vendors and we're like, yeah, that guy said he was going to circle back. We'll see. And usually, it never does. But,
Do y'all ever bet on it? I bet you $50 he comes back.
We'd be betting the same thing.
Yeah.
So, nobody would win. Because we'd be like, yeah, I bet he doesn't. Like, dang, I was going to say he doesn't either. But yeah, that happens a lot. But a lot of people comment, like when we release something, they'll comment, oh, I love that. Can't wait to get it. And because I'm a small business,
You can see,
and I fulfill all the orders,
Yeah.
I know who's ordering, who says they're going to order, and who
Yeah.
doesn't. So I'm just like, okay, all right, we'll see.
Do you ever have anybody like putting funny names on there, like Abraham Lincoln or?
No, we haven't had that yet. What we get a lot, though, we always get these bots. Like
Really?
Facebook bots that message us from all
Yeah.
these various accounts that are like, you're in violation of the privacy policy, copyright infringement, blah, blah, blah. Click the link or we'll shut you down in 24 hours. And it's like, oh, God. That happens a lot. And I think other people that also have a business page on Facebook get that same stuff. I mean, they hit you all the time.
Always get the spend $25 and get 1,000 followers or whatever.
Yep, I get those. Oh,
I
yeah.
hate this so annoying.
That's on the Instagram. We
Yeah.
see those on Instagram. Like, do you want to grow
Yeah.
your Instagram? And like that particular handle might have 100
Yeah.
there, but then they're like, but you got to message this one. Not this one I'm
Yeah.
sending you from, but yeah.
Or the profile will
$100
have
will give you 1,000, guarantee,
real
200 will
organic
give you
followers.
10,000. Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that early on. I got one of those. I was like, oh, dope. Heck
Yeah,
yeah.
oh,
So like,
no.
what's, no, I didn't pay him or anything.
Oh, okay, good,
But
good.
because as soon as I messaged, was like, what's up? I'm interested. Because they commented on a photo. We're like, hey,
Send
we
us
can
a
grow your
DM.
whatever. Yeah. And I
Yeah.
was like, all right, dope. And then, it came back. I was like, oh, yeah, you're spam.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it happens.
The account will have like 40,000 followers, and their most recent 3 posts have like 4 likes, 5 likes,
Right.
6 likes. So it's like we know you're lying. I do feel bad for people that fall for that though.
I'm sure it happens
because-
more than you think,
Yeah, it happens a lot.
Unfortunately.
Especially with the copyright thing, that probably happens a lot too. But what happens when you do get a message and you actually are, violating copyright laws?
I don't
Then
know.
what are you gonna do?
I don't know. I'm going to think it's fake. Hopefully they'll send me an email, not a Facebook
Yeah.
message, Maybe then I'll believe it a little bit more.
Yeah.
But growing followers is, that presents its own challenges.
Yeah.
Trying to spread the word. I mean, with the podcast, getting followers, listeners, that kind of stuff, subscribers.
Yeah.
We do giveaways sometimes. We try to do giveaways, at least 2 a year. One around Masters.
Yeah.
With some merch there, and then usually something during football season. But yeah, that's other than organic growth or paying one of the scammers to get 10,000 followers just like that.
Yeah. Right off the bat.
It's just going to naturally do its thing. Hopefully, if your product's good, people like what you're posting.
Yeah.
It's gonna do its own thing.
Yeah, some people will just see your post and not even like it. They'll like the actual
yeah.
stuff that you post, and I don't know.
I talk to people all the time. They're like, "Oh man, I love that new hat you put out." I'm like, "Well, then like and share my post, man. That means a lot to me."
Yeah, I don't know what it is that people don't do that.
I get the same way. I guess you
Yeah.
get complacent. You see it like, "Oh, cool," and you just keep scrolling. I'm trying to be very aware of other friends and their small businesses and whatever they're doing, and I try to like it, double tap it, whatever, each time I see it, because I know how it feels now that I'm on the other side of it.
Yeah. It's hard sometimes for sure.
You put out a post and gets like 1 like, you're like, man, thought that was really gonna do good. But then you look at like, you know, the analytics of it and it reached 800 people. It's like, well, dang, one person like that. Come on.
800 people, come on.
That ain't a good number.
Yeah, especially when you work on it for a while, like the post for a while, and then like in the first 12 hours it gets 3 likes, and 2 of them are your other accounts.
Right, correct. Yes, I guaranteed 1 like every time. It's going to be me. Yeah, we get like, you know, a lot of times we have the same like 12.
Yeah.
Which is, I appreciate those people.
Yeah.
You know? But it's just funny seeing how many views like a reel may get, or, you know, and or like you got like a 900 one over here and like a 100 over here, like 12,000 over here. Like, I don't know how that makes sense. But I get it.
But about the 12 likes, what's the saying? It's like 80% of your sales come from 20% of your customers or something like that. I don't know.
Sounds about, well, I mean, I will say for us, which is helps me believe that we got a pretty good product, is a lot of our, about 90% of the people that buy from us have bought again.
Yeah.
So we get a lot of repeat
offenders.
So we need repeat offenders plus new people. And if we can keep the repeats and then draw on the new and make them repeats, we'll keep this thing going.
Yeah.
For as long as we can.
How many orders do you get like within a week on average? And
Depends
you
on
can
the time of
saturate the
year.
numbers if you want.
Depends. We got other apparel companies listening. A lot.
Too many to handle.
Yeah, I can't even. My phone's been blowing up since we've been here.
That's what the buzzing is. Sorry.
Yeah. It depends on the week. Depends on if what's going on that week. Whether it's, you know, maybe Masters or football season. Could be, you know, if we put out a new tax season. If we put out a new hat, new shirt, new whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't know. On average, I'm trying to think. We could probably go through 50 to 100 orders
a week.
Yeah.
Dang, I probably never even did that in a year.
I say that, but you know, there's weeks where we don't get anything.
Yeah.
You know, we might get 1 a day or 2 a day, and then we'll get randomly like 15 in a day. It's like, well, I don't know what's drawing them in. You know, you try to figure out where they're coming from, so you can exploit those spots. You know, whether it's Google or Facebook or whatever. But yeah, it's just random. That's why I want to get more on the retail side of things and get our product out there, because it'll create a more consistent, predictable income flow that we can. And then, you know, do the website sales. Website sales I like because we have better margins, because it's our cost and our retail. Whereas, you know, selling out of a store, we didn't make as much money because they need to make their margins. But I do love people that are buying our product from those stores, because hopefully they'll keep it.
They'll look up the website.
You know, what's funny though is when we first got into retailers, we've had friends that would go into those retailers to see our stuff. Yeah. And they'd go in there, like, think they're helping us, and they'd be like, go to some store associate and, hey man, do y'all carry Peach Jack Apparel? And they're like, oh yeah, it's right over here, you know, whatever. And they're like, oh, dope. And they'll go check it out, and then they leave without buying anything. I'm like, y'all are killing me, because they'll tell me, like, I saw it, asked them where it was. I was like, well, did you buy anything? They're like, no. I'm like, you realize how that looks, right? Like you're going in asking for our stuff specifically, and then you just walk out the store with nothing. And you know,
I didn't even think about
that tells them that, like, I don't know, maybe the stuff isn't that good. Yeah. Maybe they're like salt and are like, ooh, not my style.
Maybe they killed a person out of town or something.
Hey, you know. So yeah, I hear those stories. I'm like, yeah. I mean, I appreciate it, but next time buy a hat, or a shirt, or something.
Do you do free shipping on the website?
We do if you spend $65 or more.
Okay.
Yep.
How many retailer stores are y'all in?
Currently about 5.
Really? Mm-hmm. What stores are they? Are you in Escape Outdoors?
We are in Escape Outdoors. That was the first one we got into.
Okay.
Escape Outdoors, also in Augusta and Company down on Broad Street.
Augusta, okay.
It's basically like a Augusta visitor center. It's got a lot of everything in there is Augusta related. So we'll do like our Masters theme stuff. They usually pick that up and put it in there. We're in a small, I guess, boutique in Waynesboro called Front Porch Apparel and Gifts. They do mostly women's, but now they're getting into men's as well. So we're kind of like the brand bringing in the men, hopefully to that store.
Yeah.
And then we were in Low Country Clothier. We did a few of our golf things in there. Not in there currently. We were in a place called Bow Ties and Buttons. They were in South Georgia, Hawkinsville. A small little shop. They found us. The owner of that place found us on TikTok.
Really?
You know, and they're like, "Yo, love your stuff. I own a store. Or, you know, like, send me a catalog or something." So we did. You know, so we got some stuff in there.
Do you have a catalog?
Well, it's like a
Like
PDF
okay.
of what we
Yeah.
what we have for
That
that
sounds
particular
way more
season.
professional. Yeah.
Catalog sounds a lot better. It
we
makes
sent
it
them-
sound
we
like
sent
a book that you just flip through and you get off.
We had a catalog we sent them.
We're not there yet.
Yeah.
And then what's the other one? Well, we're trying to get in this place in Noonan, Georgia, called Noonan Mercantile.
That's
So we'll
right
see how
outside of
that goes.
Atlanta, right?
It's close to it, yeah.
Yeah. There's a skate park there that's really nice.
Right on.
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So, you know, we're slowly getting out there.
Dang, that's what's up.
And we're kind of going the organic route intentionally.
Yeah.
Like if we blew up overnight, there's no way we'd be able to handle the influx. And then we would probably crash and burn.
Yeah, I was talking about this the other day. Like if you do blow up overnight, that's the highest you're gonna get. So it's just slowly going
Right,
down.
yeah, you got to maintain it somehow.
Yeah.
Whether
So
you
it's
scale
like-
up and actually get a warehouse that
Yeah.
isn't your bedroom,
Yeah.
or you know, you got to get an employee maybe. I don't know. So
Yeah, slowly growing it, I feel like is definitely
right, because then you
the
just
better way.
you scale up as you need to, and it's not overwhelming.
Yeah,
So which is good.
it would be nice to blow up overnight because that massive influx.
That
but
could help.
long term, it's probably
You got to be able to capitalize on it somehow.
Yeah.
If you get that, like I was talking to another local apparel guy. We always spit back and forth, but
Whoa.
it's weird. I know. We talk about all it takes is like one sale from the right person, you could blow up.
My girlfriend, or people say that to me about the podcast guests. So that's probably gonna happen with you.
You're welcome.
Then all the other people, influx of people.
How about that?
I think that too is just like one. This is just gonna be that one episode, the one guest that has a
All you need is
really
one.
loyal, like fan base or what have you, and
Yep.
it just goes up, and then people watch all the other ones too, and they like, subscribe, and comment, and share, and all
All
that
that
stuff.
stuff. They do all those things that take no time at all.
Yeah, and they're free.
Right, and they're free. So yeah, that's one of those things like when people don't like something. Like I know you saw it, you can't
Yeah.
just take a second.
You
I know
don't
you
have to
feel the
double
same
tap.
way.
You can just press the heart.
Right.
Bypass tapping 2 times if you don't want to waste your time.
Right, if you don't want to
know
do the
what I'm
2 tap,
saying?
you can just do a single. That option is there. Yeah, small businesses, podcast, like, share, comment, guys. It's easy.
Yeah.
It's easy.
So do you have a company TikTok, or is it just like your personal TikTok?
It's a Peach Jack Apparel TikTok. I'm not very active. Well, I'm not saying I'm not active. I'm decently active. I'm just not very good at it. As far as like doing stuff that's gonna go viral.
Yeah.
But
Maybe you should do a tour of the warehouse.
ooh, behind the scenes.
Yeah.
POV, own a small apparel
Yeah.
company.
You could do like a day in the
Warehouse
life.
edition.
You could do
That's
like
true.
a day in the life kind
That's
of thing.
true. I think I'm gonna start doing like a series of TikToks about how and kind of label us the company that names hats after dogs. Kind of get on like that train,
Yeah.
like dog talk,
Dog
dogs
talk.
and TikTok,
Yeah.
all that kind of
Dog
stuff.
talk
like
is a good one.
and then be like, oh, like that's dope.
People spend so much money on their dog. Like they are
Correct.
crazy about their dog.
Yes.
Are you one of those people, do you think? Or
No,
Yeah.
my wife can be.
you don't have like a seated blanket for them, like like a massager under the seated blanket
Nope.
while they sleep?
And our dog does have like 7 beds around the house in various rooms.
Yeah.
We used to like move the bed every time they would move, and like, all right,
Yeah.
well, we need to get a few more beds. So she does
Yeah.
have various beds around the house that she'll move around based on what room we're in. So we did do that. I guess that's kind of posh,
Yeah.
could be, but it was practical.
I mean, that's the same like having a chair you could sleep in, a bed, toilet, couch.
There you go.
Sofa,
Speaking of sofas,
Pretty comfortable? Do you
I
think
mean,
this
these-
is a sofa though?
no, well,
Yeah.
it's sofa material. I feel like
Yeah.
I was gonna say like we're not sitting on a sofa.
Yeah.
For the sofa sessions podcast.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Is that
We're
supposed to be
working on-
ironic?
I never thought of that.
'Cause it could be.
When I started it with my old roommate, we did have like a really nice sofa. Like it was really nice. You could sleep up to 3 or 4 people on it.
Wow.
Yeah, it was pretty big. And then I moved out of there, had to sell this sofa. And then I had to get something because I can't film it from there because the angle. I don't have enough space or whatever.
Windows, lights,
Yeah,
all
so-
the things you got to think about.
Yeah. So then I just got these, and it's close to a sofa. So
I mean, it's definitely sofa vibes. I
Yeah.
dig it. I used to have a similar material chair that was a hand-me-down from the 90s from my uncle.
Dang, it was worn in too.
It was great. It was mauve, which I guess is like pink.
Yeah.
I used to call it pink. It is not. It was mauve, but it was cloth like this, and favorite chair in the entire world.
Where's it at now?
Had to get rid of it.
Dang.
My wife was we were having a baby shower. She was having a baby
Oh.
shower.
Yeah.
So when all the friends came over, she was like, "This chair, we need a new chair before our friends come over." And I was like, "Man, it's heartbreak."
Dang.
It was a recliner that would spin 360.
Oh shoot.
I mean, it was a classic.
Yeah.
So I don't have it anymore. I don't know where it is. It was unfortunate.
We have to have a
So I
moment
told her, I
of
was like,
silence
"This new
for that.
chair, I got to be able to spin 360. It's got to have
Yeah.
that capability and recline." So
Does it?
it does.
Oh, okay. Is it better than the first chair?
Yes. Yeah.
That first chair walked, so it could run. The new chair could run.
Yeah. It's got a hidden compartment over here where I can put
Dang.
stuff. It's got wide armrests, so I don't have to worry about.
Yeah.
I can comfortably hold a drink, and do what I need to do there. So
I'm not gonna do that much shit anymore. The other chair could recline, so you could do 360, or it do 360, so you could recline. I don't know. I'm thinking of
I
this
miss that
stupid.
chair. I think about it more than I should.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that it was a good chair.
So your Instagram says co-owner. Well,
Yeah.
I guess the other one is just your wife.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I didn't know if there was another dude involved in it. So.
No.
And you kept saying we, so I was like,
I say we all the time.
yeah.
When I say we, I'm usually meaning me. I don't know why I say we, but it's mostly
Just
me.
flip the
But,
W.
that's right. Actually, I need to do but yes, my wife and I. I do
Yeah.
more like the day-to-day, all that kind of stuff. She helps out with the design aspect. Hopefully now this summer, she recently put in her 2 or 3 weeks at her job. So she's
Hey.
now fun employed. So we're hoping to get her on the Peach Jack train a little bit more, helping out on the back end stuff. Really blow this
Yeah.
brand up a little bit.
That's what's up. So she's gonna only be working on like Peach Jack and then mom duties.
That's right.
That's what's up. I wish I could do that, man.
We're gonna see how it goes.
Yeah.
I wish I could do it too. We'll find out if we can.
Yeah.
We'll see. TBD.
Yeah.
TBD.
I'm wondering if there's anything else. Oh, who are the other brand ambassadors? Are they cool people or?
They are. So we got. No, we just found some losers. No,
Devil
but
worshippers.
we have Brett Walker, who is actual blue check on the Instagram.
Oh,
He's got about 40,000
shoot.
followers.
40?
Yep.
Dang.
He is local to Evans, Augusta area,
Really?
but he's a Christian singer, and he does kind of country and rock. And that's kind of his genre.
Yeah.
But he does a lot. He actually travels and tours. He's played in people's backyards and stadiums, that kind of thing. So we connected with him. He's done it all.
Yeah.
We connected with him through my cousin because they know each other. They go to the same church. And my cousin plays music. He would actually be a great
Yeah, I was just about to ask.
podcast,
Yeah, I might have to
guest
leave some
for
of
you.
the.
So I'll let you know.
Some of the questions.
Connect y'all.
Some
yeah.
of the weird.
So he
weird
connected
questions.
us, and he was like, "Yeah, I love the brand, man." So we got him some stuff. So he's been huge, and he actually did a private show for David Pollock, former linebacker there at UGA,
Oh, okay.
under the Mark Rick era. But he's got a huge following on social media, and he has his own podcast.
Who doesn't?
Right.
Maybe you guys
who
should
doesn't
start
have
one.
their own apparel company?
Yeah.
They're a dime a dozen. So he wore one of our hats to the private show, the Georgia hat.
The Georgia.
And David immediately was like, "Love that hat. Where's it from? How can I get one?" kind of thing. And so we got David Pollock some stuff.
Dang.
We're led to believe he's going to wear it filming his podcast and tag us on Instagram at some point in the future.
Yeah.
TBD.
I'll wear it, on my podcast and post
Thank
it.
you. I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
Yeah.
Your viewers aren't necessarily our viewers, so that's an expanded audience in itself right there. So we
A new
appreciate
network
that.
to tap into.
There we go.
And then there's a girl,
Yes.
first woman on the
Emily
Peach Jack.
O'Quinn. She was one of our
Whoa.
first ones. She's actually a sister of one of my good friends. And she went to Georgia. And we were really tied into Georgia.
Yeah, really.
She was a dogette, or Georgette.
A dogette?
Georgette. She was not a cheerleader, but the dance team, football games. And so she's active on social media, and she's good at it. And she always gets a lot of reactions and likes and whatnot. So I reached out to her early on just to see if she'd be willing to wear some stuff here and there, and she does, and she takes great pictures in our stuff that we can use, like on the website, social media, whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's super cool.
That's what's up.
We're glad to have her. And then another guy, Colby Watkins.
Colby Watkins.
He's a, I don't know if he's professional. I don't really know what you call it in that particular world, but he is a clay shooter. So he went to college and shoots clays. Like, he's a very good shot. And now he's down in Beaufort
He's
doing
the
quail
younger
hunts
one,
and
right?
stuff. Yeah.
He's like,
so he just graduated college.
Oh, okay.
And his mom actually reached out to us for him to be a brand ambassador. Yeah,
that's kind of him. That's kind of cute.
They first came across us at one of the markets we did that was over Christmas a couple years back, and then she reached out, like messaged us, and was like, "Hey, my son, Colby, he's a clay shooter at in college," and I looked him up, reached out to him. And so yeah, he was one of our earlier. It's like when he does shoots, he's got a vest that has a lot of his sponsors on it, and so we're down on the back. We're right over the butt, which is actually, in this line of work, that sport, that's a good spot to be in.
Yeah.
Because the back is to everybody. So everybody sees it. So he reps our stuff, and he's got a good, decent following on the Instagrams.
Yeah.
So he's,
Dang.
just like, small town people that get a little bit of a reach out there, and some country music guys that, may blow up one day. We believe they will. So if they do,
hopefully,
we're along the ride. We got in early.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can stay on the ride with them, and
That's another thing I think of with the podcast. Like, what if the artists whoever have on, like blow up one day, and they come back to Old Faithful.
You can talk about the first podcast, and then when they come back, after they've blown up, kind of reminisce.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it takes. Like I said, it's just one person. That's
One
all
person.
you need.
Una
one purchase,
persona.
one post, one subscriber, one guest. It's just a matter of time.
Yeah. So, what are you guys doing in the future? Anything coming up? What's it looking like? What's this summer looking like?
This summer, hopefully we'll do this shirt. This is actually a new release. Hopefully to do, we always do a red, white, and peachy design. It's their 4th of July. So we'll have another rendition of that coming out. It'll be our third installment, I guess. So that's a train we'll stay on, red, white, and peachy, and just kind of keep that going. That's
Red,
been
white,
always a
and
popular
peachy.
design. People love America. They love to celebrate America. They love 4th of July. So we tie that in. We don't do a lot of seasonal designs just because we're not big enough for it to matter, because there's such a small selling window. But 4th of July and Masters are usually pretty good sellers. You can end football season.
Yeah, especially
but like
for
a
Augusta.
Thanksgiving shirt or a Christmas shirt. We're not quite into that yet because I think we'd be sitting on a lot of product.
Yeah.
So we'll have more designs. We'll do some new UGA stuff for the fall.
Yeah.
And hopefully we continue to expand into retailers. That's my goal this year, is to help get our name out that way, get into more retailers, and see if we can start earning a paycheck.
Yeah. Pay the hardworking men and women at the Peach Jack Apparel.
That's what I'm talking about. That's the goal.
Yeah. Got
We'll
to.
see.
Dang, man. Well, I appreciate you coming on, bro.
I'm glad you reached out.
Yeah.
I always get excited when we get an email. It's like, whoa, what do they want? And then it was dope.
Yeah, it looked pretty legit. So I was like, should I DM? Or should I not? And then, I don't even know why I did email you, because I knew your personal thing. I don't know, especially with like clothing companies, you don't really know who's running the
correct
the
right
thing. Like, so you always, I don't know. I just thought that would be the.
We always, we communicate with a lot of people. I say we again, it's me, but I'm the one that's going to DM you back.
Yeah.
So a lot of people, like my friends and stuff, when they message us, they know it's me, so they're not being like, to whom it may concern. They're saying whatever they normally would to me.
Yeah.
So that's me on the other side. Email, obviously email's safe, because if it's not me, it can get routed to where it needed to go. But that's also me. So. For right now, I'm the one that literally answers every DM, replies to every comment, email, whatever.
Have you ever had an upset customer?
No, not yet.
Hey, 100% verified.
Not yet.
Do y'all get a lot of DMs and emails, like weekly, daily, hourly?
The only emails we really get are either an order or somebody left a review. We don't get a lot of like customer service questions about, like, whatever it may be, or how long does it take you to ship. We don't get probed with questions.
Yeah. So that's how you responded so quick.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's not a lot of.
It was, I got a Google alert. And I was like, oh, all right, let me check it out.
Who is this queer? So yeah, what did you look at it at all? The podcast or listen
I did.
to any of it?
I went through pretty much your Instagram before I replied.
Oh, okay.
Because I was like, also, is this legit?
Yeah. You might be fake.
I got to check this out.
Yeah.
Because I'll do that. Because we also get a lot of, I don't know if they're spam emails or not, but we get a lot of, do you need a clothing manufacturer and supplier? We have high quality, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I think
they're David from Pakistan. It's like, all right. So we get a lot of that. But so no, yours was legit because I know you went to our website because you filled out the contact us form.
Yeah.
So usually, you got to do a little legwork there.
Yeah.
It works well in your favor of knowing that you're a real legitimate person. But yeah, then I went and pulled up your Instagram page and went through some things. Obviously, I follow y'all. Heck yeah, one more. So
Yeah, I follow you on my personal.
Do you?
Yeah,
Okay.
I try not to follow people on the podcast Instagram because if I followed a lot of people, I would just sit there and scroll all day.
Yep.
Instead of posting.
I would
all
say
that
we're the
kinda
same.
stuff.
I've started to be specific about who I follow back from the business page.
Yeah.
Usually it's going to be our ambassadors or people that are not necessarily celebrities, but like certain accounts. And we'll follow them back. But yeah, we don't do much on individuals.
Yeah. Yeah. So you
Unless
liked it?
it's-
You liked the
Yeah.
sweet.
I like your style. I like your vibe. I like the guests too.
Gang.
Because you have all different kinds of guests.
Yeah.
And I love that.
Yeah, I during Masters, there's so many celebrities, blue check people in the area. I sent out 100, had to have been 100 DMs to people, asking if they would to come on, and they were like, "Oh, I'd love to. I'm back in San Antonio, Texas." I was like, "Oh."
The fact you even got a response is great.
There's a few of them. There wasn't that many, but one girl was like, "Yes, I would have to listen to an episode." All that kind of bull crap.
Yeah, fine. Yeah, we've done that some. Before Masters, reach out to some golfers, have kids, and be like, "Yo, we got some youth apparel. If your kids want some while they're here, happy to give you some." Or what does Kicks 99 do? Guitar pool.
Yeah.
We DM those artists that have the kids and be like, "Hey, we'd love to, give you a hat or shirt, whatever, while you're here."
Have they responded?
No.
Dang.
No.
But
Not even read.
Really?
Yeah. Or they could have done, from a business page, you can look at it without being read.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah, it's sneaky.
Yeah.
I like to believe they at least saw what I sent.
Yeah.
But,
There's some people that I don't respond to, but it's very few, only a couple.
Yep.
But yeah, I'll usually spam their account. I'll probably not spam, but I'll like a few of their top pictures, heart all of their stories, just so my name comes up at the top of the notifications.
That's what's good about liking stories.
Yeah.
You pop right at the top.
Yeah.
And those hearts float. And you're like, oh, appreciate that. You've done that to us a couple times. Actually, you did it on my personal page, I think, when a post we did today or something, maybe.
Yeah.
I saw it. I was like, oh.
I was doing my research.
That's right.
I had to dive into depth.
That's right.
About it.
We appreciate it.
Yeah. All right. So just new shirts, blue,
new shirts, headwear,
red, white, peachy.
Red, white, and peachy. We got adult youth apparel, headwear, decals, koozies. So eventually we want to. Yep, I should have brought one. Oh. But we get out. Hopefully, I want to get into polos, more high end polos, that kind of thing. Quarter zips. I'm a pullover guy. I love pullovers, so I would love to have some quarter zips. So hopefully that's
a little whore
to
for
come.
some quarter zips. You know what I mean?
Right. So hopefully that's in our future. Be able to do something like that.
Well, that's what's up, bro. You exceeded expectations, for real.
So they were very low. I came in just above.
Yeah, just
there you go. Great.
No, the whole this selling, you guys are legit. The quality is good. Even being in the retails, that's hard to do. I feel like
it's hard to do when you're unknown.
Yeah,
you don't have a, you're not a household name.
Yeah,
so you don't have the industry backing of being around, being in all these other retailers. You got to start somewhere.
Yeah, so if you go into public and ask 100 people, have your shirts ever been in a store? How many of them are going to say yes?
Right.
0. You. 1.
1 out of 100.
All right. Well, yeah, bro. I appreciate it. I had a blast.
Thanks for having
I
me. I enjoyed
blast
it as
all of my
well.
pants. It was fun, you know.
I can't wait to listen. It's gonna be good.
Yeah. All right, but yeah. Thank you guys for listening to this episode. Thank you guys for listening to everything. Definitely. Oh, what are your socials?
Instagram at Peach Jack Apparel. Facebook, facebook.com/Peach Jack Apparel.
Dang.
TikTok, Peach Jack Apparel. We're everything Peach Jack Apparel across every social platform.
.com.
.com for the website.
Yeah. All right, sweet. Yeah. We're going to get out of here. And yeah, thank you guys for listening. We'll see you in the next one.
Got my soul in a choke. I feel like I can't breathe. Keep my foot on the gas. My life in full speed. Feel like I